Alright guys, I have not been out on my turn track in, I don't know, 6 or 7 weeks. It's probably going to be overgrown beyond belief, but if I can ride it a bunch in the next few days, I might be able to churn some of it up and get it towards some nice dirt again. Haven't started this bike up since second week of May, and we're well into June now. Still haven't found a goggle brand to work with. Put some feelers out from a few brands, but haven't really got anything back. Glad the bike's already muddy. It is bad. Holy cow. Yep. Wow, it's grown up. I'm gonna have to mow. This is unrideable. This is unrideable for sure. Do a couple little sections like that are rideable, but it's going to be hard to even cut a figure 8 or a turn loop out of this. This is bad, guys. Whenever I wash this thing, I'll spend the whole day cleaning the hay out of it. Go back and watch. I've got some videos I just posted of I don't know, just 5 or 6 weeks ago. It was nothing like this. Now I can't see these ruts. They're filled up with water. Holy moly. Not until I mow it. Surely I can find somewhere to cut in a little figure 8. But yeah, while we're riding around checking out the fields and stuff, let's go over some of the information. First of all, anything I've done as far as conditioning to get ready for the regional, yeah, virtually nothing. I mean, I walk multiple miles a day. I'm not talking about just my normal walking, but I actually walk a dedicated mile several times a day, but that's not saying much. Look at this crap. But besides that, I've got a really steep driveway. Not long, but it's steep. And I've been sprinting it. The first day I sprinted it hard, like, I don't know, 5 times. I've worked my way up to sprinting it 8 or 9 times. So I've done that a little bit. Been doing some basic weight stuff. But that's about it, really. I'm still going to be way behind the curve. Wow, there's way more standing water than I realized. So yeah, I mean, my conditioning is going to be pretty rough. Wow. It rained a lot more than I thought, guys. Guess I'm probably, my best bet is to just go check the single track. See if I can salvage any of that today. But yeah, so I'm going to be behind the curve on my conditioning for sure. My biggest problem is weight. Back in the winter, I peaked at almost 230 pounds, which is getting to be, you get up to 230 pounds, it's getting to be tough to ride motocross. It really is, especially on any kind of even basic amateur competition level, and do well. So yeah, I've done some different things. I actually got all the way down to 206, 207 a couple times, and seems like there's always something to celebrate, something to do, a reason to eat. Stabilized around 214 right now. Would like to be under 210 before I leave next week, so we'll see. I've been dealing with a stock shock spring. So I've been dealing with the stock shock spring on the back of this bike, just because I keep telling myself maybe if I deal with the stock spring I might lose the weight to get down to where I need to be for a stock spring. Like, I'm I'm smooth enough where it's okay, but if I seat bounce something real big, or if I mess up and get a hard landing, it does bottom. And of course it also squats so easy. It squats so easy that it takes a lot of my drive away. So I had a buddy, I need a 5.9 spring. I had a buddy that had a 5.9 spring laying around he didn't need. So I'm gonna pick that up off him and go ahead and throw that on before Baja. Adjust my front a little bit to match and keep it balanced. And just go ahead and run the 5.9. And whenever I do lose the weight, I'll swap back to the stock. I just can't put it off anymore. So weight is definitely the biggest thing that's holding me back. And that's what I got to work on. Riding's important, but the weight factor is the most important. But we're going to do what we can. What I do love about the 30 plus class is equipment starts to not be as important. I mean, most of the guys 30 plus, if you're 30 plus and you're racing motocross, you probably have a little bit of money. A lot of these guys do. I don't, but a lot of these guys do. And they're on new machines, but everybody's skill once you get to the age classes differs so much. You get so many different variables, like not just skill, but like who's got time to ride and who doesn't, who lives close to a track, stuff like that. And that stuff varies a lot greater than just who's on a 2019 and who's on a 2016. But regardless, there's nothing about this 2016 that's really holding me back that a guy on a 2019 is going to be able to handle that much better. Thought I'd get a little bit of a path work in here, but I haven't got much yet, have I? Another disadvantage I'm going to have next weekend is having never ridden this track. It's crazy how much better I am on a track that I know well. And I'm sure everybody's better, but some guys can go out, blast all the jumps on the first lap and learn a track quick. And it takes me a little longer. Sometimes I'm a little hesitant to try different lines. It takes me a little longer to learn a track. But once I have enough practice on it, I can usually dial it in pretty good. But redbud being, it seemed like they always dumped a lot of sand on it before the regionals, and I would always do really good at my other regionals and really bad at redbud. I just was not good in that sand. So don't quite have that going for me either. I have a 1-year-old and 2 dogs with me at the track, so it's going to be kind of hectic. But like I said, my goal is just to throw in a result. I don't care if it's 30th, 40th, 64th. Throw in a result and try to improve on that result next year and the year after. If I'm still doing all this crap. And eventually, if I keep improving, get a few things under control, like practice time, my weight, grab a little more speed, and I'll eventually make the big show, hopefully. Try to do the same thing tomorrow if we can, and maybe we'll reverse it up. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me. And I didn't know if any of you guys didn't know, I'm doing a thing where I'm posting up our entire dual sport rides, like pretty much the whole ride, 2 or 3 hour long videos. I'm posting them up like on Friday or Saturday nights, so they will premiere and we'll have a chat. Anybody who wants to jump in there can just hang out and chat with us for a while, watch some of it, and bounce out whenever. So definitely check those out. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell. Thanks so much. Later.